What's up with it? You watching the Big Bomber TV. And yeah, we about to check out this video from the YouTube channel Fame Trap. And the title is Lil Baby Switching Sides. The truth about his reunion with NBA YoungBoy. Yeah, man, that's a fool with it, man. Yeah, man, they say they done cut off Lil Durk, and now you trying to be friends with NBA YoungBoy. And we know they don't get along. Yeah, man, he basically switched up on Lil Durk and ran to his op, man. That's kind of crazy, man. And yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie though, man. Musically though, man, a lot of these dudes been falling off. Their music ain't been sounding the same. NBA YoungBoy been killing the game. They basically saying he the new Pac of the generation, man. So yeah, he out there killing it. Lil Baby might need some features or something. And yeah, honestly though, man, young NBA more relevant than all these dudes right now, man. Killing the game, man. But yeah, man, I haven't checked out the video. Don't completely know what they talking about, but let's check it out and see what they talking about.
And I ain't into like two rappers beefing. Like, don't mix me with it.
Why?
If somebody died, I'm gonna pick a side. For real. If somebody died, I'm gonna pick a side. Other than that, don't mix me with that. I seen the outcomes of that. Like, I ain't with that. Hell no.
There was once a time when Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy weren't just collaborators. They were brothers in spirit. Two young men from different corners of the South, both grinding their way out of poverty and pain, bonded by the same hunger to make it big. They didn't just understand each other. They felt each other's struggle. Coming from environments where every day was about survival, their connection went deeper than music. It was rooted in shared scars and ambition. Between 2018 and 2020, that chemistry lit up every studio they stepped into. Whenever they linked up, it was magic. Smooth, natural, like they'd been rapping together their whole lives. Tracks like One Shot and Cross Me weren't just hits, they were confessions in rhythm. Proof that two hustlers could turn pain into art. Every bar carried the fire of experience, every verse echoed the sound of determination. Fans could feel that bond through the speakers. Man, it was raw, honest, and built on respect that couldn't be faked. But fame changes everything, doesn't it? Once the spotlight hits, loyalty and business start mixing in dangerous ways. The rap game isn't just about who's hot. It's about who you stand next to when things get real. As both artists rose higher, street politics started creeping into the music. Suddenly, alliances mattered more than collaborations, and quiet respect turned into silent tension. When the heat between NBA YoungBoy's crew and Lil Durk's OTF camp started boiling, Lil Baby was stuck right in the middle. He had love on both sides, but the industry doesn't allow peace for long. Fans thought he'd stay neutral, keep his focus on the music and avoid the beef. But when lines got drawn, Baby made a move that shocked everyone. He chose to ride with Durk. Some said it was business, others said it was loyalty. But to YoungBoy, that choice cut deep. To him, it wasn't strategy, it was betrayal, the kind that flips friendship into rivalry. Everything changed on November 6, 2020, a date that hip-hop will never forget. Outside a hookah lounge in Atlanta, the night took a dark turn when tragedy struck. King Von, Lil Durk's right-hand man and one of the brightest young voices in the game, was shot and killed. It all started when Quando Rondo's crew crossed paths with Von's team. What began as a heated confrontation turned chaotic within seconds. Then, in one heartbreaking moment, Lul Tim, a known associate of Rondo, allegedly pulled the trigger, ending Von's life and sparking one of the most painful feuds in modern rap history. The aftermath hit the industry like an earthquake. Suddenly, every artist, label, and fan was caught in the tension, choosing sides even if they didn't want to. For Lil Baby, his bond with Durk became more than friendship. It became a symbol of loyalty, of standing beside a brother when the world turned cold. That choice came with a cost, though. It quietly shut the door on whatever was left between him and YoungBoy. What used to be brotherhood turned into silence, and that silence spoke volumes. Von's death didn't just shake the block, it changed the entire landscape of hip-hop. Everyone tied to him, whether through music, friendship, or just mutual respect, suddenly faced the same question: where do you stand? Loyalty became the new currency, and the industry turned into a battlefield of alliances and grief. Overnight, smiles faded, relationships shifted, and people started moving different. because once the streets bleed, the air never feels the same again. Lil Baby didn't play coy about it either. In one interview, he laid it out plain, saying, "If somebody dies, I'm picking a side." That wasn't a casual statement. That was a declaration.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, they definitely put Lil Baby in a tough position, man. Gonna lie, if dudes beefing like this, man, you definitely gotta pick a side. Because even if you trying to be neutral in the situation, people really not gonna trust you. You know what I'm saying? They might think you plotting with the other person or something, might drop a location or something. So yeah, man, I think Lil Baby definitely was put in a tough position, man.
A message that when loyalty calls, he's not hiding behind industry politics. He drew his line in the sand, making it crystal clear who he was riding with, no matter how heavy the cost. And Lil Baby didn't just talk about loyalty, he showed it. Even though NBA YoungBoy wasn't there the night King Von was killed, and even though he wasn't directly involved, Baby began to pull back. The calls stopped, the studio sessions faded, and that once electric chemistry vanished into thin air. It wasn't out of hate, it was out of circumstance, out of choosing loyalty over history. Baby had drawn his line, and in doing so, he lost someone who once felt like blood. For YoungBoy, that silence hit harder than any lyric ever could. To him, it wasn't just business, it was betrayal. This was someone he'd respected, someone who understood the grind, the pain, the hunger. Seeing Baby step away not because of a personal beef, but because of where his loyalty landed, cut deep. It was a painful reminder that in the rap game, bonds often break under pressure, and loyalty can turn old friends into strangers overnight. As time passed, YoungBoy couldn't ignore the shift. One by one, people started falling back. Artists who used to call him brother, who had once filled studios with laughter and energy, began going ghost. The phone stopped ringing, features dried up, and collabs that were once easy now seemed impossible. To the world, it looked like isolation, but to YoungBoy, it felt like war. A silent war where he stood alone, watching his circle crumble while everyone acted like nothing happened. That pain didn't stay bottled up. It started leaking into the music. You could hear the frustration in every verse, the exhaustion in every line. It was like therapy on wax. Then came I Hate YoungBoy, the record that flipped the internet upside down. A track so raw, so venomous, it left no doubt how he really felt. It wasn't just a shot at Lil Durk, it was a full-on declaration against anyone he believed turned their back on him. Lil Baby's name wasn't spoken, but the message was loud and clear. To YoungBoy, neutrality didn't exist. If you weren't riding with him, you were standing in opposition. The song wasn't just rage, it was heartbreak wrapped in aggression, pain disguised as defiance. Every bar dripped with the emotion of someone who felt abandoned by the same world he helped energize.
I ain't gonna lie, it seemed like they was going through a lot, man. It seemed like it might have affected some of their music, you know what I'm saying? Lil Baby really ain't been dropping no heat lately. It seemed like NBA YoungBoy the only one really expressing itself musically, you know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie, it seemed like some of the other rappers don't probably been focusing on other things other than music though, man. I don't know.
From that moment on, the bridge was gone, burned completely. Whatever chance there was for reconciliation disappeared in the smoke. For NBA YoungBoy, that track wasn't just music. It was closure. The sound of a man deciding he didn't need anyone's loyalty but his own.
You can get like, and I ain't into like two rappers beefing. Like, I ain't into that. Like, I ain't like, don't mix me with it. Like,
why?
If somebody died, I'm gonna pick a side. For real. If somebody died, I'm gonna pick a side. Other than that, don't miss me with that shit.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it.
So somebody died basically, and he picked a side. He picked Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying? I wonder what's making them backtrack, then cutting off Lil Durk, and now he trying to be cool with NBA YoungBoy, man. That's kind of crazy. A lot, man. I think he might be trying to save his career though, man. He definitely might need an NBA YoungBoy feature, man. It seemed like Lil Baby ain't been focusing on music or something, man, because I ain't heard nothing he dropped that was hot lately.
Fast forward to now, and it feels like history's spinning the block again. The same alliances, the same silent tension, just dressed in new circumstances. The rap game's always had seasons, and right now, the temperature's shifting once more. With Lil Durk reportedly under serious federal pressure, the loyalty around him is starting to tremble. What once looked like an unbreakable bond inside OTF is beginning to crack under the weight of uncertainty. People who proudly screamed OTF forever are suddenly quiet, keeping their distance until they see how the storm plays out. And while that silence spreads, something surprising is creeping through the scene. The same artists who once fired shots at NBA YoungBoy, who went out of their way to avoid him, are now sliding back into his orbit. They're not saying it loud, but they're saying something. A like here, a follow there, maybe a comment under a post, small moves that speak volumes. Fans see it instantly because in hip-hop, those subtle gestures are their own kind of language. No apologies needed. A cosign emoji says it all. But the biggest shock, Lil Baby, the same man who once stood shoulder to shoulder with Dirk, repping OTF like family, is now being spotted interacting with YoungBoy online again. Likes, emojis, even subtle nods that say, "Yeah, I see you." To outsiders, it might look like nothing. But for fans who watched this saga from day one, those tiny actions feel huge. Some believe Baby's trying to rebuild what was lost, to patch up a broken bond before it's too late. Others think he's just reading the room, moving strategically now that Dirk's situation isn't as strong as before. This shift reveals something deeper than just friendship or beef. It's about the real meaning of loyalty in modern hip-hop. Out in the streets, loyalty means standing by your people through thick and thin, through wins, losses, and even indictments. It's about principles, not convenience.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I can't really see loyalty in a situation like that. It's not like they day one friends and really friends from like the streets or something. You know what I'm saying? These like industry friends, man. And really, man, a lot of industry dudes be weird. So I can't see them building loyalty with some weird dudes that quick. A lot of seem like Lil Baby energy been way different since Young Thug Carl leaked and he was saying Lil Baby was fruity. You know what I'm saying? And after that, I think he unfollowed Young Thug for a minute or something and announced he was retiring from rap. I think Lil Baby back against the wall for more than one reason, though. You know what I mean?
But in the industry, loyalty bends with the momentum. It follows whoever's trending, whoever's got the next hit, whoever's name is lighting up the charts. When Dirk was free, thriving, and running the summer, it made perfect sense to stand beside him. He was untouchable. The voice of consistency, the face of survival, the man who couldn't lose. Now, with the tables turning and uncertainty clouding the game, everyone's watching closely, wondering who's real, who's calculated, and who's next to switch sides. The loyalty lines are blurring once again, proving that in hip-hop, it's not just about who you came up with, it's about who's still standing when the pressure hits. Now, with the lights dimming and legal heat closing in, the same alliances that once looked unbreakable are starting to tremble. What used to be loyalty now looks like survival mode. It's not that people suddenly stopped caring. It's that in this game, loyalty comes with an expiration date.
Nah, that's just because it really ain't no loyalty there, man. These dudes is wave riders, man. Trying to ride the wave of whoever the hottest at the time. You know what I'm saying? All about money, man. This ain't about loyalty, man, for real. And like I was saying, man, they industry friends. Dudes didn't connect in the streets like a long time ago or nothing like that. These dudes connecting in the rap game. Really, I think most of these relationships is just business. Really, man, they just come down to dudes not being naive. You really got to see through the BS sometimes. You know what I mean?
When things get rough, everyone starts protecting their own name, their own bag, their own image. And as always, when the tables turn, the masks start slipping quick. From the outside, Lil Baby's latest moves look like pure strategy. A man protecting his brand, his future, and his network in a business where one wrong move can cost millions. In the rap world, perception is reality. A simple cosign, a photo, or a post can make or break a relationship with sponsors, labels, or fans. So yeah, from the industry view, it's just business. Nothing personal. But the streets, they don't see it that way. Out there, business talk doesn't excuse breaking codes. To the people watching from the trenches, Baby's behavior looks like betrayal, not once, but twice. First, he cut ties with NBA YoungBoy when things got too heated, when being around him could have sparked backlash. And now, with Dirk facing federal heat and his empire looking shaky, Baby's stepping back again. It's deja vu, a rerun of loyalty that lasts only as long as it's safe. To many, it's proof that in today's rap scene, loyalty is conditional. It's only solid when the camera's rolling. That's the reality of the modern industry.
I ain't gonna lie, with all these rumors going around of Lil Baby being fruity, it's kind of seem a little fruity, man. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhat a bad look. Like if you gonna cut a dude off, man, just cut him off. But to be jumping sides and going op to op, that ain't the G way, man, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Loyalty isn't built on blood or brotherhood anymore. It's built on timing and power. It's not about who held you down, but who's hot right now. Rappers team up not because of genuine connection, but because of opportunity. And when that opportunity fades, so does the bond. The same artists who scream family in interviews might switch sides overnight. No call, no warning, just silence and strategy. For NBA YoungBoy, watching all this unfold must feel like deja vu and vindication at the same time. He's been warning everyone for years about fake alliances and industry love that vanishes under pressure. When he dropped I Hate YoungBoy, people said it was just anger, but now those lyrics sound prophetic. The same artists who once threw shade at him are now slowly spinning back, trying to get back in his orbit. And the irony, he doesn't even have to reach out. They're coming to him. Now the power dynamic flipped. The same isolation that once made YoungBoy the outsider has turned him into the one holding all the cards. The industry that once painted him as too wild or too unpredictable is suddenly creeping back with subtle peace signs and quiet nods. But this time, he's standing firm, watching the chaos play out without saying a word, because now he knows, he's seen how loyalty shifts when the lights fade. That's the truth about hip hop. No matter how much money's on the table or how bright the fame shines, real loyalty never changes. It doesn't fade when things get dark, and it doesn't break when the pressure hits. The fake ones always reveal themselves. Maybe not right away, but eventually they always do. And that's where the story sits today. A cycle of loyalty, betrayal, and survival in a game that never sleeps. The stage may change, the names may switch, but the lesson stays the same. Loyalty is loud when it's convenient, but quiet when it counts. And so what do you think? Is this just smart business or another case of loyalty turning into strategy?
Yeah, man, that's a fool with it, man. Yeah, man, I don't think these dudes know what loyalty is, man. For real though, when it come down to loyalty, man, they come down to ride with somebody no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Even if they got like the worst allegations on them, they telling you it ain't true. If you really loyal to the person, man, you gonna believe them. Then you gonna be like, man, my boy ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? You gonna ride with him, man. That's loyalty, man. But yeah, if something go down and you able to just flip on a dude just like that, man, that ain't loyalty, man. You know what I mean? Loyalty is really standing with somebody during their worst times. Like, man, no matter what, man, I got you. You know what I'm saying? For real, though. And yeah, I don't think these dudes can build that kind of loyalty just meeting each other in the rap game or something. They just trying to get their money, man, and riding the wave of whoever the hottest rapper is right now. And I ain't gonna lie, man, it seems like these rappers been struggling nowadays, man. And Young NBA just like the one that's going right now, man. He on fire, man. Yeah, they comparing him to the new era Pac, man. I don't know what these other dudes stand. A lot of dudes been falling off musically, man. Heard that Young Thug album, man. It's delivery ain't even the same no more. You know what I mean? And a lot of these dudes' music been sounding low budget for some reason. I don't know why, man. I don't know if they been saying forget the big studio and been making music in some garage somewhere or something, but the music quality definitely been going down, man. And yeah, man, I don't know what to think about Lil Baby right now, man. Maybe his funds getting low, man, and he trying to bounce back or something, man, for real though. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. You watching a Big Bomber TV. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting it. Till next time. All right.